Next big loser from the week, and we already talked about him, but Caleb Williams. And look, we can enjoy if you want to come on and expand on this with us, you're more than welcome to if you can bear through it. Caleb Williams has not been terrible. Let's be clear. He is, while he's not been terrible, he's now far and away the fourth best quarterback in the 2024 draft class after he was drafted with the expectation to essentially be an all-pro pretty damn quick. And now he's got, one of the best offensive minds in football as coach. And there's really no data available. And I tried to look. I wanted to try my best to give him the benefit of the doubt. But there's really nothing I can find. And there's the film doesn't help by any stretch. It doesn't help. There's nothing I can really find to put Caleb Williams over Drake May, Jaden Daniels, and even Bo Nix at this point. The numbers don't lie, man. Say what you will about Bo Nix. Love or hate the guy. Think he's a dink and dunk merchant. If you're watching some Bo Nix this season, the guy's making some very nice freaking throws. Caleb Williams making some nice throws himself, right? And there's no doubt about it. But so is Bo Nix, and they're not just short stuff. Drake May is an MVP candidate this season. Nix leads that group, like you talked about earlier. Nix leads that group in total touchdowns and is making some great throws. And when Daniels has been healthy, he looks like a top flight quarterback in football too. So, right, Caleb Williams now has 2 touchdown passes in the last 4 weeks, and he has 0 touchdown passes in the last 2 games. He's got that 4 touchdown game against the Cowboys because everyone freaking does. He only has 5 touchdowns the rest of the season outside of that Cowboys game. And, and Joe made a comment here that the same thing happened in 2017 when they drafted Trubisky instead of Mahomes, instead of Watson, and that Tyler Dunn story came out that maybe they didn't do enough homework and they just went with Caleb by default because of the potential. And look, if anyone's going to do that and get it wrong, it's the Bears. And I don't know what you do with Caleb at this point besides hopefully just give him enough more time. You guys talked about it. I don't know how much more you got to add on the Caleb Williams.
I just wonder if Ben Johnson was the head coach, he would have drafted Caleb Williams first. I just something
Interesting.
in my brain would say that Ben Johnson likes a tough guy. Caleb Williams was crying in the game. The fingernail polish don't bother me because that's that fashion thing that these young guys are on, and they're making money with these companies. So I get it. Listen, if a fingernail company want to pay me to paint my nails, come now. I will paint them, and I don't care what nobody says. But just his emotions to me when he was in college kind of threw me. I don't like quarterbacks that have tantrums and don't really show ice in their vein. So I just wonder if Ben Johnson would have drafted him over a more even keel Jaden Daniels or more experienced Bo Nix. Because remember, Bo Nix had way more experience than everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And Bo Nix is using his feet a little better than all of these guys now. He's an athlete. People didn't think he could use his feet in the NFL, but he's looking good. When it's time for him to tuck and go, he's been looking good. But I wonder if Ben Johnson would have said, hey, that's the guy.
I mean, I'm interested because, again, and not just say because I haven't thought about it like this. And then, again, you should be able to adjust and change based off your quarterback. Ben Johnson's offense operated flawlessly with Jared Goff, a statue per se. If Ben Johnson was there, who's to say they don't draft Jake May? Let's say all the same things, shake out the same way, except it all happened like a season earlier, and Ben Johnson was there for the 24 draft, like you said. And we know what Ben Johnson can do with Jared Goff and what that offense looked like with more of a statue at quarterback. Drake May is not like some elite running QB or anything, at least not compared to like Nix or Caleb or Jaden. He's more like Jared Goff. And would that have been the guy? And now there's always going to be the what if. But I think when we're talking about a Ben Johnson offense and what we know works and what we know looked flawless, I think Drake May would have probably been perfect
His guy
for Ben
would have been
for
his
Ben
guy.
Johnson. Oh,
Yep, would have been his
I
guy.
think I think it might have been. And again, that doesn't mean Ben Johnson needs to adjust to the talent of his quarterback. But I agree. I don't know. I mean, if again, all things stay the same, just a year earlier, I think Ben Johnson probably is like, hey, I think Drake May kind of fits what I'm trying to do here a little bit better. And what I just showed you I can do really well, what I did with Detroit. Give me some running backs, give me a quarterback who can just toss it around. We know maybe. Because I think with Drake May coming out of college, the only problem there was he wasn't known to be the most accurate dude, where Jared Goff has been extremely accurate
Yeah.
with so I don't know. It's an interesting what if that we're gonna have to never find out. But speaking of like what ifs and more quarterback stuff, right? Another loser from this weekend, the Vikings quarterback room, and I feel bad sitting all high and mighty with my Packers quarterback group right now, but I mean the Vikings quarterback room is in a weird spot, man. Let me run you through it. They're down to J.J. McCarthy and Max Brosmer. after Carson Wentz goes on with a season-ending injury. They let Sam Darnold go. They let Daniel Jones go. Both of them balling out. Who's to say they would have done it again? But both of them are having MVP caliber seasons right after leaving Minnesota. And let's be clear, Minnesota was flirting with Rodgers this offseason. Don't try to anybody sit up here and tell me that they weren't. And instead of they were doing all this stuff with the quarterback, and then all these quarterbacks not really going all in on JJ McCarthy yet, which I understand. I kind of like letting your quarterback sit and wait behind a guy who can kind of do some things and not putting the pressure on him right away. So I don't mind that they were evaluating other stuff. But and then there was a lot of talk, and this is coming from I've seen it on Vikings articles, like Vikings fan articles or sites like that, that talking about the JJ McCarthy soft benching rumors disguised as, an injury recovery, right? I don't know if you watched the game this weekend with the Vikings, but yeah, JJ McCarthy, a guy was falling out of bounds and he fell like right at JJ McCarthy's feet. And JJ McCarthy had a beautiful vertical jumping over the guy. He just got up in the air and landed. And the guy was suited up. He looked healthy. He looked like a healthy scratch. If I've seen a couple healthy scratches, he looked like one of them. And again, they're in a weird spot. Now they have to bring J.J. McCarthy back, and it's going to be on the road against the Lions pass rush. And again, anyone using and I know we talked about it early because you were like, oh, NFC Player of the Week. I know you kind of like some J.J. McCarthy early on with
I
that
did
fantasy.
earlier.
But hey, you know damn well as well as anyone, he only had one good quarter of football that game. I don't like that cope. So and the other thing is they let Carson Wentz, we know now, they let Carson Wentz play with essentially one freaking arm attached to his body rather than bring J.J. McCarthy back, who, again, suited up, seemed kind of healthy on the sidelines when he had to jump over a dude. And I get it, high ankle sprain's nothing to mess around with, but he's returning as a starter in a tough game right now. I think the Vikings quarterback, I don't think the Vikings have a lot of confidence with where they're at. And that offensive line without Darisaw is not playing great.
Hey, listen, you see it as well as everybody else see it. If he's suited up and he's not playing, a guy that they drafted early, clearly Kevin doesn't have any faith with him. But hey, I got some tread left on his right arm, Kevin. So listen, you can call me. I'm Justin Jefferson. Listen, I can throw a slant and I can just three-step and let it go, and I can throw a fade to you. I got some tread left, call me, because clearly JJ is not the guy. When I seen that, I'm like, why are they dressing him out if he's not? No way. Oh, he's the emergency guy. Come on. He's dressing
That means he can
out.
play.
Your franchise guy is dressing out. I just think they really see what we don't see at practice and like, shit, we should have just paid Aaron all that money, or we should have just paid Daniel or Sam Darnold. Because listen, everybody keeps saying Sam wanted to stay, but they didn't want to pay him what they needed to pay him to keep him in. So he took the money in Seattle, and God, look at what he's doing out there, 5-2. So it's like somebody dropped the ball, which I thought Kevin had a better eye for what quarterbacks look like. But I mean, maybe listening to John Harbaugh, because I'm not John. Jim. Listening to Jim, Jim tell him, hey, this guy's a winner. Trust me, if anybody, they let him trick him. Jim was hyping this guy up. He even hyped me up. And I told you, I'm a big Jim Harbaugh guy. Been loving Jim Harbaugh when he played for the Colts with the black cleats. So he hyped me. But that shit is fool's gold. So I just never see your franchise guy dress out and not play. And that's telling me. Because Carson Wentz a bum. So
he got hurt. And the other thing is, and what really makes the cope tough is Sam Darnold went to a Seahawks team with a defensive head coach. And look, JSN, superstar. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, those types of boys ain't all up in Seattle. He's got JSN, man, what? Nothing. And he's been one of the best quarterbacks in football, and he's got a defensive head coach, not Kevin O'Connell, not with the all-world receiver Jefferson, not with maybe one of the best number twos in football, arguably the best with Jordan Addison. He's doing it with less and balling out. So I think the Vikings made a huge mistake. Even if they drafted McCarthy, they should have found a way to get something else. J.J. McCarthy came out and was still a raw talent. He wasn't a downfield killer. He was a short game guy who can run the ball well, and he can get you some good short to medium stuff, but he was never known for being a great downfield passer. and he had some things to work through. I never liked the pick. Again, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face, man. It's just it's something between Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence with JJ McCarthy. Something in between there. It's given. It's given something like that, and we'll see. I'm ready to be proven wrong. But yeah, like you said, if he's suiting up, not playing, and you got a guy out there with with one arm, and you're keeping him in, and he's already a bum, and now you're down to Max Brosmer as JJ McCarthy's backup.
Oh my God. I'm telling
That
you,
court,
Kevin called me. I'm telling you, I'm better than that guy. Kevin,
I can
I'm
handle. Yeah,
6'3.5". Listen, I can run a little bit still. Call me, Kevin. I'm telling you, call me, man.
I can hand the ball off as good as anyone. God darn it! So you let me know. I'll hand the ball off. Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason, all game long. You let me know, Kevin.
Uh,
I'll do it for cheap. One, two, couple bucks, maybe 10K.
that's
Maybe give
all
me
I
on
need.
a
Listen, that's
get,
all I need.
yeah minimum vet deal. I don't know something. I can suit up. But all right.